Hello, and welcome back to Afterglow episode 130. I'm sure you can tell from the title of this episode. Maybe you can't tell, I don't know, but this is not a retro game, and there won't be much as far as retro memories for this particular episode, but it's something that I do want to talk about. Honestly, I just hate the fact of companies that not only abandon their games, but then actively kill them to the point to where you can't play them anymore. And I really feel it's something that does need talked about. And even worse, this game could have worked. I did buy it. I did buy it at a very deep discount. I think it launched at 30 or 40, and I bought it at 7 or 8. And I enjoyed my time with it, but there were never enough players online even for me to do some of the missions that were going on, which I'm going to get to in the later episode. But this is something that could have been saved. And we're going to talk about how it could be saved. But before we do that, I'm going to play our Patreon thank you for all the people who've continued to support the show, even whenever I'm slow getting episodes out. So let's run their thank you real quick. Helping to bring Afterglow to you are the following patrons who have subscribed to us at the $1 tier, getting them a shout out in every episode. We have Poppy the Masked Keaton, OCD in every RPG, and Texan Toby with Big Red Flavor. If you also want to support the show through Patreon, you can just go to the show notes links. They will be in the show description. There should be a link tree there, and in that link tree you will find a link to the Patreon. But of course the show will always remain free to listen to. You can also help support the show just by leaving a review wherever you're listening to, be it Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify Podcasts. Just leave a review, leave a comment. That's one of the easiest ways to help the show without even having to spend a dime. But thank you for listening, and now on with the show. Now, to kick things off, I was trying to decide what music to go with, especially since a lot of the music in the game is actually kind of hard to find. What I've ended up deciding to do was to go with some trailers for the game. There is a gameplay trailer, which we're going to start with, and we'll close the episode with the release date trailer. But again, it gives you an idea of the concept of the game, and you can find gameplay on YouTube and whatnot if you're really interested. But honestly, it was a cool game. It was a unique concept, and they didn't get the user base that they expected, but I think they could have saved it instead of just sacrificing it. So let's check out that trailer real quick.
Live and unedited from the thumping heart of the universe, King of Meat!
Who will be the next legend of King of Meat? Who? Why not you?
Tonight, four brave contenders pit their skills against the most deadly dungeons, devious death traps, and puzzling puzzles. We've got our joyfully unhinged friends at Comstruct locked inside a secret chamber, making devious dungeons for you to explore.
And now you can build for Comstruct in what we call Create Mode. Oh boy!
It's the universe's most twisted televised spectacle, King of Meat!
So now that you've listened to the trailer, let's talk about the game a little bit. The game was kind of like it was based off of like a game show kind of vibe, where you would go into these dungeons, which had both some fighting and some puzzle solving aspects of it. Very platformer-like, and like a third-person platformer style. But I loved the theme of it, and the animation was really cool too. It did release on PC, the PlayStation 5 and the Series X, which officially makes this game the newest game I have ever covered on this show. And I saw the trailer of all places, Discord ad. I watched the Discord ad and it interested me. Not enough to pay full price for a online only game, but it kind of caught my eye a little bit to where whenever I did see it on discount for like $7 or $8, which this was only like maybe a couple months after release, I went ahead and bought it. And I tried it, and honestly, the gameplay was fun. It had your unlockable system to where, you know, you would use earned currency in the game to unlock items, and the items are mostly cosmetic. There were a few attacks that you would unlock over a period of time too, but a lot of it was cosmetic. However, there was no in-game for real money store. Everything would be unlocked through the in-game currency, so it kind of made sense whenever you figure it was like a $30 or $40 game originally, that everything would just use in-game currency and you wouldn't have to worry about actually using more real money to pretty up your characters. So not a bad idea, but the game never got its player base. I remember there was a special Mr. Beast mode, which I know, right? Mr. Beast. It's like you hear the name and a lot of people are immediately ugh. But I wanted some of the stuff that came with it as far as the custom unlocks. Wanted to try it out, but never could get party. I would join the queue for it, and I'd sit for 20 or 30 minutes. Couldn't get a party. That's how dead this game was. I think I had one other person drop into a game I was playing maybe once. But even single player, just playing against the computer, it was fun. I mean, yeah, the numbers sucked on Steam, but I had some fun with it. Now, how could have Amazon fixed this? I think we all know how they could have fixed it. Make the game free to play and integrate a pay real-world money for cosmetics system. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but with the way the game was kind of dying, that was really the only option to go. Especially if they want to be competitive in the world where you have games like Fortnite, which is free to play, but they use that real money for your cosmetics. Many other games have taken this route. Halo Infinite, which not the failure that this game was, but not the success that Microsoft hoped for, went a similar route. The multiplayer was free to play. The single player you had to pay for, and then a lot of those cosmetics you had to pay for. I feel like this would have kept King of Meat going for a bit. The other way to keep it going, if they just wanted to wash their hands of it and kill the game, is to allow players to host servers. Simple as that. Do a peer-to-peer networking system, whatever you have to do. This is nothing new. Games like Quake 3 have done this for decades. You can still log on to Bone Bear Quake 3 today and play Network Quake 3 because they allow peer-to-peer. Amazon didn't do that. They killed the game. The servers went down in April 9th, 2026. So remember, the game launched on October 7th, 2025. So less than a year. And this game's dead. And Amazon tried to make it right by, hey, we're going to refund everyone the purchase price of the game. And that's all well and good, but at the end of the day, you can't experience this game anymore. The only way you can even look at it is by going online to random YouTube videos and checking it out. And that is so frustrating to me. This game was a unique, fun experience, and you can't check it out anymore due to Amazon being, oh, hey, it didn't make us some money that we thought we would make. We're just gonna kill it. We're not only gonna kill it, but we're gonna kill it so dead that even the fans can't bring it back. And that's disgusting to me, to the point to where I don't think I will ever buy another game developed or published by Amazon Game Studios. Very disappointed because, again, I liked the game, I liked the gameplay. I don't think it was a $30 or $40 game. If they were charged $10 out the gate for it, and then maybe had some real world payable cosmetics, which I'm not the biggest fan of those either, but just to keep the game alive, maybe that would have done it. But nope, they decide they're going to kill it. Hey, did you enjoy the game any? Well, tough luck. You're completely out of luck. You can't play it anymore. Enjoy your YouTube memories because that's all you're going to get. And it is just the scummiest way of closing down the game, in my opinion. And other games are guilty of this as well. King of Meat's one that stands out in my mind, but many other games are guilty of this same thing, and it's disturbing too, because, again, there's nothing wrong with the game. It was fun. It had a weird edge to it, but it was fun. And to me, the bizarre thing is they wanted to turn this into a huge franchise, way beyond the game. So I'm going on YouTube right now, and we're going to search for King of Meat. There's a reason why you're going to find out here in a second. I didn't even know about this, but third result as we come up, there was a TV show pilot, a 23-minute long episode. They wanted to turn this to a game, kind of like an adult cartoon. I wouldn't say like adult-oriented, but like that child-like adult humor, if you know what I mean. Something like maybe Star Trek Lower Decks had that feel to it. They wanted to turn this into something huge, but the moment it didn't bring in what they wanted, they don't try to salvage it. Abandon ship immediately. It's worthless, not worth our time. We're just gonna pitch it, ignore it, wash our hands of it. And honestly, if they're going to be like that, you should wash your hands of buying anything from Amazon Game Studios. And honestly, it's a red flag for us anything from Amazon. Like, I am a huge Kindle reader, love Kindle ebooks. But with the way that they've abandoned it, what happens if a Kindle turns not as profitable as it is? You know, they're going to kill it, and I'm going to lose my huge library of books just because, tough luck. Would I even get refunded the money for the books I put into it or for the hardware I've purchased? No, there's no way. And we've seen that in the past too, where Amazon's just killed, I believe, up to the 4th generation Kindles. This is hardware that still works and still functions. And it's like, nope, you can't download new books to it. You want to get new books? Get a new Kindle. And it's a similar issue with the whole King of Meat thing. There's even a channel on YouTube. It's been completely abandoned. Newest video is roughly 7 months old. It's just such a shame, though, that there is a game that was unique, entertaining, didn't pull the numbers that they wanted, and instead of trying to salvage it or finding some way to keep it alive for what few fans were out there of it, Amazon decided, nah, we're just going to get rid of it. Tough luck. Sorry. Thanks for the money. We'll refund it. I mean, you know, we're a multi-billion-dollar company, and part of the reason that we are is because we got interest off all that money. But, you know, here's your initial purchase back. By the way, you can't play the game that you enjoyed anymore. That's disgusting to me. Leaves a sour taste in my mouth. But I did enjoy the game, and I really wish there was a way for my listeners to go out there and experience it, because it was unique. And other than watching those videos on YouTube of gameplay videos, which there's some out there, not as many as there are for popular games, because again, this game wasn't very popular. It sucks, you know? And I'm going to cover another newer title that I feel did it right whenever they sunset the main game. No spoilers. Well, no spoilers. What am I saying? Yeah, there's spoilers. I'm gonna spoil it right now. It'll probably be in the next 10, maybe 20 episodes. It's Mega Man X Dive. It's a very controversial Mega Man game because it was definitely pay to win and everything, but whenever they sunset it, they completely re-released it called Mega Man X-Dive Offline, one-time purchase. You can get all the cosmetics and all the in-game purchases using in-game credits without using real-world money. That's the way to do it if you're going to do something like that. You don't just abandon the game and leave your fans in the dark. It's insanity. But I'm going to get ready to close this out. Let's listen to the official release date trailer before we close out this episode.
Hiya, friends! It's me, Buzzworth Billy! What's everyone's favorite party platforming game featuring co-op dungeons filled with hack and slash action, perplexing puzzles, and gut-shredding guitars? Say it with me! I said...
Say it.
King of Meat! Well, buff my blades, you are engaged! Fight, jump, hammer, and horseshoe your way through twisted co-op dungeons for up to 4 players! 4 players! Solve devious puzzles and defeat devious enemies to conquer nearly 100 official devious dungeons! Devious is our word of the day! Bedazzle the crowd with bone-crushing combos! With crazy carnage, you'll learn weapons, helmets, outfits, stickers, emotes, and more! But don't trust my loose grasp on reality when you can listen to a talking owl in a suit! Here's the who's who of the arena and my best friend, Curve Beak!
Thanks, Billy. And just like our friendship is open to interpretation, Dungeons in King of Meat are open to customization. Live out your dream of being an unlicensed contractor with our mostly legal dungeon construction tools. Add traps, enemies, and programmable puzzles. Dynamic lighting and trendy decor will ensure your guests will feel right at home if they lived in a dungeon.
I live in a dungeon!
Share your brutal creations with friends or strangers. Remember, a stranger is just a friend you haven't dismembered yet. Ouch! That's gotta hurt.
And now, back to my commercial. Take on official and custom community-created dungeons, chock full of adventure, puzzles, awesome weapons, and glory moves so graphic we can't show them here. But we're gonna show it anyway! Get ready to become the king of meat! It's okay if you're not, because then you can spend time with your new best friend, Billy. We can hang out all the time, watching old movies on TV, watching King of Meat together forever. Whatever you want. I mean, I'm not busy if you want to see my lint brush or where I keep my treasures.
As always, thank you for checking out another episode of Afterglow. If this is your first episode, this one was really different from our usual content, but this is something that I felt I needed to say. Again, I feel very strongly about not just game preservation, but memory preservation, and whenever I see someone just nuke a game for Morbid like this, it makes me angry. But I promise the next episode will be more positive. I actually re-recorded this one a few times and had to do some censoring because I got a little heated in many moments, and I had to definitely do some altering and some re-recording. But if you're checking out Afterglow for the first time, want to check out other episodes, check out the show notes. You're going to find a link tree. In that link tree, you're going to find other places to listen, including all the other episodes. Many friends to listen to as well on there that are friends of the show. There's links to the Discord if you want to check us out over there. We have Name That Game Wednesday, where every Wednesday I'll post a screenshot from an NES game and want you guys to name what game that screenshot comes from. Links to the Patreon if you'd like to pay $1 a month and support the show. Also, thank you to Toby Von Doom, Secret Levels. He did the logo for the show. And thank you from Grim from the Lost and Gone podcast for doing our show intro and outro. And to close us out, some of those friends of the show that I mentioned earlier would like to talk to you about their shows, and we're going to run those right now.
For more than 15 years, Retro Gaming Roundup has been the centre of your retro gaming universe, with top 10s, interviews, game reviews, news, and much more from all over the globe. Be sure to tune in every month for a new dose of Retro Gaming Roundup. That's RetroGamingRoundup.com.
Hello and welcome to the Reviews Brothers. It's me, Martin, and you can join me on YouTube where I have hundreds of videos covering a huge range of video game topics. I've got top 10s, hidden gems, console-focused A to Zs, as well as dedicated videos to topics like Doom mods, 3D platform games, ninja games, pirate games, and more. I cover all systems from Commodore 64 right up to modern consoles. Nothing gaming is off the table. So be sure to search for the Reviews Brothers on YouTube, as well as on Instagram and TikTok for hundreds of retro and modern video game reviews.
Hey, this is Toby, one half of the Secret Levels podcast. We're a podcast that goes over old retro games. We go over the history, the story, the gameplay, some fun facts. We even rage a little bit. And then we go and give it a nice 1 to 10 rating to let you know if it's still worth playing. We have over 200 reviews for games on the NES, the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and many other consoles. You can find us on all the major podcasting apps, such as Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and you can follow us on social media at Secret Levels Pod. Game over, folks.
Imagine the most intense and realistic survival game ever built. Now imagine that you've just been dropped into it. No guides, no wiki, no respawn. Are you ready? Follow Daniel and Grace into a brutal landscape where the environment is just as lethal as the predators roaming it. This isn't about leveling up. It's about surviving a system designed to delete you. PvE, player versus everything. Book 1 of the Condemned in a Console series. Available now on BookFunnel by Lord Stephen Asher.
Afterglow listeners, it's me, Keith Gasper, coming at you from the #1 retro gaming podcast, the Main Quest Podcast. Come hang out as a guest and I play and discuss a game from the backlog of my childhood. We're talking about our history and the history of the game, and if it's worth checking out today. We're talking about games from the NES, the Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx, Game Boy, and much more. And that's just on the main feed. If you enjoy what you're hearing on Afterglow, you're going to enjoy the Main Quest, and I'm happy to have you. Find the Main Quest on Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Spotify, and wherever great podcasts are downloaded.
Hello, my name is Aaron. I'm one half of Super Pod Saga, a topical variety video game podcast fueled entirely by nostalgia and unleaded gasoline. Super Pod Saga, we discuss a different video game topic each and every week. We have new episodes every single Monday covering a different video game topic. More than anything, we want to entertain our listeners and make you feel like you're one of the boys, like you're hanging out at a campfire with some of your best zany, caffeine-powered buddies and just talking about your favorite games and all that stuff. Stop on down to Super Pod Saga. It's on every podcatcher there is. If it's not, let me know and we'll get on it. But again, Super Pod Saga, stop on by.